Hello, everybody. Gage says it's empty. Let's go see what's in the fridge today.
Hey guys, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Today, look at this great big bottle. This is from Mikerphone Brewing. These guys are up in Village. I think he tells me this was sent to me by Mike, and he writes Imperial smells like bean spirit. And sounds like I could take off on a Nirvana song. Breakfast stout ale with Vermont maple syrup and Tugboat Coffee Roasters Sumatra Manheling blend. It's a 10% beer, guys. From what I hear, Mikerphone Brewery does some outstanding beers. I may have had one, maybe two of their beers over the years that I've been doing beer reviews. I recall one, but great big 750 milliliter bottle. I'm sure this was not a cheap bottle of beer to buy. So Mike, thanks again, my brother. I do appreciate your spending your hard-earned money on and sending it to me. He actually sent me 3 of their beers. He sent me a big beer mail package, and it was the first time he'd ever sent me any beers, and he sent me quite a few beers. So very impressive. I do appreciate it, sir. This and they've done a couple of different variations of this particular one. Beer Advocate has the ABV wrong. They have it at 10.7%. This is a 10%. They got the right picture here, but I don't know where they're getting their information. Maybe they've done it a couple of times and the ABV has changed. I do not know, but I find that all the time that Beer Advocate has the wrong information, misinformation, if you will. They'll have a picture of the bottle, and sometimes you can even look at the picture and it'll say what the ABV is, and they'll have it wrong. So I don't understand that. I mean, there's no quality control there. I mean, they just like, well, we're not going to go there. It is what it is. Like Papa said, if you ain't got nothing good or nice to say about somebody or something, don't say nothing at all. So we're not going to say anything at all about what Beer Advocate's got to say about this beer. Untapped has it correct. Has it at 10%. Got a same picture of the same bottle. In their commercial description, we don't have the IBUs on this one, guys. And it's an Imperial Stout, so it's really not critical. We'd like to see a vintage on it somewhere to let us know, especially since we've got different ABVs from one site to the other, in case they have done it multiple times. So, I would like to see that. Tell me the 2015, 2017, 2018. Tell me what I'm buying, what I'm purchasing, what I am drinking. So, their commercial description says Imperial Breakfast Stout with Vermont maple syrup and Tugboat Coffee Roasters Super Sumatra Manheling blend. I don't know anybody that would drink a 10% stout for breakfast. If you're drinking a 10% beer for breakfast, you're a freaking alcoholic. Ain't no doubt about it. I could not drink a 10% beer and function the rest of the day. If I drank this beer for breakfast, probably within 30 minutes I'd be back into bed. That's just me. I'm an old guy. Some of you young bucks out there can probably do a 10%er and function the rest of the day. Guarantee you're going to have a buzz, and I probably will when I get done with this. But this is a 750 milliliter, so I'm only going to drink half of it and give the other half to the other half. So, can't drink a beer this. I don't drink beer for breakfast anyway, guys. I don't give a damn whether it's 10% or 5%. I don't drink beer for breakfast. Period. Too old for that shit. I'm not trying to prove anything. I just don't want to have that buzz first thing in the morning. Just me, though. It's just me. When I was 20, 21, 25, maybe so. On a weekend, I would definitely not drink this and try to go to work. Lord have mercy. If you have to drink this and go to work, you have to have a magnitude of this beer to go to work, you are an alcoholic. No doubt about it. Alright guys, final beer of the evening for me. That way I can do this and go fall down, go to sleep. Ain't driving, ain't hurting nobody. Do what you will. Just be safe out there. Don't hurt nobody. Yourself, nobody. Alright. We've got the ABV. We don't have the IBUs. I don't know what the date is on it. We've got the commercial description, so it is time. Let's get it on. Thanks, Mike. I do appreciate it, sir. Great big bottle. I know this wasn't a cheap bottle to buy. Nice hiss. Very nice hiss. Into the glass to go, and while I pour this, ooh, it's pitch black coming out of here, guys. I will tell you, food pairing says cheese, buttery, brie, Gouda, Havarti, Swiss, general, chocolate, digestive, dessert, meat, beef, smoked meat, game, and grilled meat, glassware, pint bacchanonic, tumbler, snifter, oversized wine glass. I got my favorite tulip glass today, and it says here you can sell it for a long period of time. Just remember, they brewed this with coffee, Sumatra coffee, so you probably ought to drink this pretty quick, pretty fresh. I would not sell this beer more than 6, 8, 12 months at the most. And that is determining whether you know what vintage it is. What vintage is it? If it's not on the bottle anywhere, how do you know? So I would like to see some kind of vintage. Tell us what, if you won't tell us the month and the year, we don't need the date. Tell us what vintage it is. Tell us what year it is. So, microphone, if you can hear me, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Testing, 1, 2, 3. Microphone, is the microphone on? Put the vintage on it. Come on. Alright guys, pitch black, very chocolatey, khaki colored head. Didn't pour a big one. Looks pretty good. Very reminiscent of what an Imperial Stout looks like. Black, 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 black. To the nose we go. Ooh. Ooh. What an aroma. Wow. Coffee. Rich roasted malt. Chocolate. Ooh. The coffee is off the chain on us. And Sumatra coffee usually is like it if it's fresh. Wow. The chocolate and the coffee is combining to have an awesome aroma. This has got an awesome smell. Now, if you're not a coffee fan or drink coffee, you probably won't like this. I haven't tasted it yet. But the coffee and the chocolate are coming together. Unbelievable. And there's some nice sweetness there from the honey. Or maple syrup. It ain't honey, it's maple syrup. And I am getting that too. Awesome, awesome aroma. Wow, I can't wait to dive into this. And that's what I'm getting ready to do. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Mike. I'm sure the other half's going to love this. Wow, what an aroma. Wow. That is absolutely delicious. Maple syrup. Coffee, intense espresso coffee, chocolate. Wow. Wow. I can see why they want to call it a breakfast stout with the intense coffee that I'm getting here, but still 10% for breakfast. That's a scary thing. I'm hoping nobody is drinking this for breakfast and getting in their vehicle and driving somewhere or working with heavy machinery. if you're going to drink this for breakfast, please drink it on the weekend where you're not working, where you can enjoy it and go sit back and take it easy. You do not want to be driving after having this beer. Trust me. One of these, one glass of this in the state of Virginia will get you a DUI. Trust me. Intense coffee. Super intense coffee. Well, that is absolutely freaking delicious, guys. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And he has sent, and Mike has sent me a couple of their beers. He has sent me this one and and another Mikerphone beer. So, wow, these guys are doing pretty tasty stuff. But I want to see a vintage somewhere on it. And I'm gonna take a climb before I move my mouth up anymore. I didn't see it on there when I looked. I don't see any kind of vintage on the label, but I kind of would like to see that, guys. Tell me what vintage it is. Maybe it's a brewed once only beer. I don't know, but I would like to see a vintage on that. So let me sip on this and pour her a glass, and we'll come back and see where it ends up after I sip on it for a while. I'm going to have to fire up a stogie to go with this one. Oh yeah, I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. I've been sipping on it for a while. Awesome lacing is left on the glass. The other half loved it, so do I. The only downfall to this is it doesn't have a vintage on it. Because I don't know if they've done it multiple years or not. They've done a lot of different variations of this. I would like to see that on there. Tell me what year it is. The day is not critical. I would like to know whether it was done in January, July, December, first part of the year, middle of the year, end of the year. That would be nice. I don't see anything written on it, and it's a very dark, almost a black bottle. And I don't see anything written on it at all. Don't see anything on the label. I would like to have that information. I'm not seeing their beers available here. These guys are out of Illinois, but they are doing some very tasty stuff. And a lot of times I'll tell you the only way this beer could be better if it was bourbon barrel aged. But if it is, you're going to lose the coffee notes because the coffee is going to fade while it's sitting in the bourbon barrels. So for what it is, a non-bourbon barrel aged beer that's done with Vermont maple syrup and Sumatra coffee, it is awesome. It is absolutely awesome. I am getting the Vermont maple syrup on this for the sweetness. I can taste it. And the coffee is off the chain, hints of chocolate. It's an awesome beer, guys. It is absolutely outstanding. I'm a little disappointed because they don't have a vintage or anything like that on the bottle. That's the only reason it's probably going to get the grade that I'm going to give it, because it doesn't have the vintage on there. I want to see that. Tell me what vintage I am drinking, buying, whatever. The month and the year would be great. That would be the ideal information to me to make an educated purchase, whether you want to buy this beer or whatever. Tell me it was put in July of 2018 or June or January or December or whatever. The month and the year would be awesome. That's what I would like to see. But that's just me. It's just my opinion. Awesome beer. Very tasty. Final beer of the evening for me. Very, very, very tasty beer. Awesome aroma. Man, you can smell the maple syrup. You can smell the coffee. I'm getting hints of bittersweet chocolate. Awesome aroma. The coffee and the maple syrup is off the chain, guys. It really is. You ought to pick this up. You really are to pick this up. I know it's not a cheap bottle to buy, looking at this great big 750 milliliter bottle. I'm sure it was a pricey beer, but it is a very tasty beer. I think anybody that enjoys big time I'm going to call it a Russian Imperial Stout, but an Imperial Stout of a 10% magnitude. It's awesome. Final chug. Very easy drinking. It's probably why they're calling it a breakfast stout. But Lord have mercy. If you're drinking a beer that's 10% for breakfast, I hope you're not going anywhere after you drink it. Kick back and enjoy the rest of the day. And if I drank this beer for breakfast, I would never do it during the week when I have to work. And if I drank it on the weekend or Sunday, I work 6 days a week. If I drank it on a Sunday, within 30 minutes of having this, I'd probably be back in the bed. I would. Or I'd be sitting in the computer room with my head down. So, big time beer, guys. Monster beer. Very impressive beer. We'd like to see the vintage. It's a 10 beer in a 9 bottle because it has no vintage or any kind of dating on it, guys. So, that's where I'm going to put this. I'm going to give it a 98 in the scale, which is a solid A's. Kicking the door down. You say, oh my God, that's a 10 beer. I would not argue with that. I just want a little more information on this style of beer. Tell me when it was done. Is that too much to ask for? Is it really too much to ask for? I don't think it is. If you want me to spend $15, $20, $25 for a bottle of your beer, tell me when it was put in the bottle. I don't give a damn what style of beer it is. The date's not critical on this style of beer, but everything else is. Yeah, everything else is. So that's why it's not getting a 10 for me. 98, and that is it's an A beer, guys. It's definitely an A beer. So if you've had this, let me know what you think. And if you haven't had it, and you can get your hands on it, give it a try. Let's run over to Beer Advocate. They say 4.4 out of 5. Awesome numbers from those guys there. And our final check-in, we'll run over to Untapped, and they have it at 4.38. Awesome numbers from those guys. It's not a 10 beer from these guys, but it's pretty close. It is pretty close. And if it had a vintage on it, especially a month and a year, I would give it to 10. I would absolutely give it to 10. So, like I said, if you've had this one from Mikerphone Brewing, this is their Imperial Smells Like Bean Spirit. I enjoyed this. So, Mike, thanks again, my brother. I do appreciate you spending your hard-earned money on this and sending it to me. I enjoyed this. Great final beer of the evening for me. So, if you've had it, guys, let me know what you think. Till we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.